see if this works. I I can't renew my PlayStation Network membership right now. But I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. Yeah. I don't got my PlayStation Network card membership renewed at the moment, so I'm hoping I could do some stuff offline here. Looks like I could do something here. But I can't do my licenses until I get my PlayStation Network renewed. Let's have a look. I just do a little time trial here. Do it for 10 a.m. Let's have a look around here. Let's see what I got going. Let's go for a ride. Yeah, I'm a little out of practice here. I haven't played this game in a long time. Whoa. This is a pretty long track. Look at this thing. So what's going on, viewer? Who's viewing there? Who's watching? Oh, that's pretty fun. I wish I could do my license though, at least. Nothing here either. Look at this.
Hi there, Bill. It's a Jay.
Hey, AJ.
Just about to head off to bed, saw you're live.
Oh yeah.
Looks like an interesting game you're playing.
It is actually. I gotta renew my PlayStation Network membership. That's why I don't got access to all this stuff here. Because this is the game where you earn licenses to get better races and better cars in here. But and you start at beginner level and you work your way up, and it teaches you how to drive. This is a driving simulator, is what it is. It teaches you how to drive, and when you do the license test,
oh cool,
you have to maintain your tires on the road, because if you go off a little too much, you have to do that particular test over again and stuff like that. But it teaches you how to drive, and I don't know if you
that little yellow car looks like my car, but mine's blue.
So I don't know if you've noticed here, but see if I can find a good track here. All these are still downloading. So back to let's try.
They should use this game for teenagers learning to drive then.
Actually, they should. That would be cool, actually. So these games, I've been playing these since the 90s. This is number 6 of the series, GT6. And I've been hearing number 7 is coming out next year. Probably for the PlayStation 5. But you can get a VR mask and play this in VR. Get a steering wheel with gas pedal, brake and everything, and shifter. And so the point I'm trying to make here right now is that you can play it in manual transmission, automatic transmission, but when you do drive and you set all the technology, your camber, your ride height, type of tires, suspension, all that stuff, see? You set all this stuff up and set up any particular car for any particular track. But
I'm going outside for a smoke, but I'll be listening, so keep telling me all about it.
Yeah.
Be back to type soon.
So I don't got the steering wheel, but when you do use this game and you're driving, actually the only way I could describe it as, you can actually feel the car. It's a weird thing to say, but you know, when you're driving and you can feel the car, and when you turn the wheel and slow down a little bit and everything else like that, you can actually feel it, man. And it just sails when you got your settings for that particular car right. And it is so cool because you can feel the car through the controller. It is intense sometimes, because I do these time trials every now and then, and when I got my car right, because you gotta know a little bit of how to race. You know what I mean? Like, I've never raced a car in my life except on these games, but I've been picking up things over the years. And one thing with this here is a dirt track, So I'll be drifting a little more and stuff. But when you're actually on an actual track and you see those red and white things on the corners, those are called rumble strips. So a basic theory about racing is the fastest way around a track is a straight line, and that's how you use the rumble strips to go around the corners. You go from rumble strip to rumble strip in the straightest line as possible around the track, no matter if you're making right-hand turns, left-hand turns, S-turns, all that stuff. So you go from rumble strip to rumble strip all the way around the track, and you keep it in the straightest line possible around the track. And then when I do my time trials, when I start doing clean laps without skidding too far or hitting the wall or having to slow down too much, when I got my field going, I barely use my brakes, and every lap gets faster and faster and faster. It is freaking wild. I freaking love this game. So like I've been saying, when I was younger, I never ever got my driver's license ever. Got my, it used to be called 365 beginners, but I never ever got my license till I was 40 years old. But when I was in jail, this was the game I played, and that taught me to drive. That's my ghost. Can't even catch my own post. Oh. Whoa! Yeah. And then you can sit back and watch the replay.
I'm back. How have you been, Bill?
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Lazy these days, lazy. This is my replay of what they just did there. else here.
You're going to be the birthday boy this week.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got nothing planned. Same old, same old. These are all still downloading.
Maybe fella will give you extra birthday licks on Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe. His birthday was a few days ago. He's older than me now.
I've played a game like this one with my son. I crashed out real bad.
Oh, that's off the wall, bugger. That's me up there.
Using a controller when you are playing this?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, you bugger. You can get a steering wheel set up for it. Gas and brake pedal, a shifter, and VR. You can play this game in VR as well. I've never tried that yet. I am worried about...
I read the other day that it takes 3 million clicks to wear out a controller.
Oh, I bet. A lot more than that, because I use my... I wear them right out until they totally break, usually. Yeah. But the VR mask, I'm worried about getting that for myself because I'm so addicted. I've got such an addiction.
The steering wheel sounds great.
Oh, that would be cool.
You should buy yourself one for your birthday.
Oh, maybe when I get my PlayStation 5 eventually. Yeah. But nah, right now I find it a little too late now because
I have a VR mask.
Do you? Oh wow. I'm worried about getting that because I think I'm worried about getting lost in games playing that with that. Yeah, I got such an addiction to games. It's beyond addiction.
It's weird, but you get used to it.
I bet that's what I'm worried about, that I would just sit here all day with that mask on my head. All day, every day. I play a lot, but I know enough
It does make everything so real.
Yeah. I almost got one to play Skyrim in VR, and I had my hand. I was going up to the cashier, and no, I put it back and I walked out because Skyrim is a game I would get lost in. Like I would literally get lost in that. I think I play a lot now as things are, and people complain about it and comment to me that I do play too much, and I do. I know I do.
You'll end up sleeping with that mask on, Bill.
Oh, I bet you I
I'll
would.
have to come over and demask you, lol.
Yeah, yeah, and well, that's a legitimate fear of mine, though. That's a legitimate fear that I have for a lot of people that they would get lost in those VR worlds, and I think I would. I think. Because I play games a lot now as it is, and I always have. I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it. But I do want to try it one time for Skyrim. I want to see what that's like in Skyrim, and that would be wicked in Skyrim. I think like just wicked. Yeah. Okay. It's too bad I don't have access to all this stuff right now. Because I could buy new cars and then go down here and customize them, paint them.
Might be better to leave it then. Maybe just borrow a friend's to try.
I don't know anybody that has one, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and hockey too. Like, I don't think they got VR hockey. I think that would give people seizures in that. I think that one. I like the soft tunes in this, man.
What do you need to do get all those extra tabs at the top?
Eh?
Do you need to pay an upgrade?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's $69.99.
I'm loving this jazz music.
Yeah, it's PlayStation membership is $69 for 12 months, and then I could play online with other guys. PlayStation never used to be like that. You never used to have to buy a membership to play online. Never before. It was just till the last couple of years.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that PlayStation membership too, you could get free games.
My son has the membership, I think.
Yeah. I got one of my friends near Toronto. She got hooked on this game for a while. Yeah. Yeah, I could fall asleep to these tunes for sure. But yeah, I in this game you can paint your own cars, earn different colors, buy
These games
things.
sure can be addictive.
Yes. Like even without the VR mask, there were times a few years back that I would get an extra large pizza and wings combo, a couple pounds of wings and wedges and pop and pizza, leave it on the counter, and I would play Skyrim from Friday night 6 p.m. and I wouldn't stop until Monday morning. I would sleep right here, game's still on, and I'd just fall asleep here for a while. That's how addicted I get, how it gets me in. It's just insane, my addiction for games. Because I know
you
it's
want to know something funny?
Uh, but you can buy some really cool cars and customize them the way you want and everything. Yeah. I haven't played this game in about a little over a year.
Apparently true die-hard gamers wear diapers so they don't have to get up and leave the game.
Sometimes
LOL.
I'll bet you. I'll bet you. Like all those years growing up and understanding that I was addicted to these games and that, I always saw it as a failing in society a little bit. Has to do with social engineering, how we're programmed to be isolated like this, because games never used to be basically.
Did you stop playing your baseball and ice hockey or still playing them too?
Hockey I'm still playing. Baseball I can't because I need that PlayStation membership. For some reason you can't do anything offline, like it's weird. But that's the way gaming has, I don't even call it an evolution, but that's how they progressed. To go from playing in your living room with 3 or 4 guys to isolating everybody online. And you can't really do anything in your live with other people that much anymore. That's part of the social engineering, part of the what people have called the transhumanism agenda. Because I still believe this, that we've been socially engineered and programmed to be divided from everybody else. As the centuries went by, to things the way they are now, everybody's isolated. Everybody's a lot of people live alone now because of the way social engineering has went. And you can't, and nobody socializes with anybody else on a one-on-one basis unless it's through technology. And that's the feeling of all this.
Bill, are you able to turn the background music down just a little bit? I'm finding it difficult to hear your voice.
Okay, I'll try to see where I can go here. I should be able to, but I don't know where I've... Oh, here we go. Options. Let's see what the music There we go. There we go. There, that's better. But when you do...
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's heaps better.
Show you something here. Watch this.
I kind of heard what you were saying about us being so isolated.
Yeah, and don't think it's not by design. I believe it is. It's part of the process of social engineering and dependency. Like you introduce new technology and it becomes a novelty and fun, and then you become reliant on it after, and then that's when different restrictions come on. But by then you're so dependent on that piece of technology, you forget about other parts of your life. And that's the danger of cell phones. Everybody talks about that. You know what I mean? Everybody reaching for their cell phones every 2 minutes, every minute,
I believe it is 100 by design.
Yeah.
In many different ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that is, and for me, I told you this before, the whole thing is to disconnect us from our consciousness and plug us directly into the head. Because if you could see me right now, it's just a headset I'm wearing, but that's how it begins. You see? This transhumanism stuff and how Elon Musk designed that Neuralink chip to go into people's brains. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that, man. I will never ever get that fucking chip in my brain. But they promote it to the public as a novelty, and that you'll be superhuman. But that's the thing, you're not human after. If you got a chip in your head to use your mind to control your computer, that's the physical manifest of transhumanism, the beginning of it. Because this Neuralink chip goes in your brain, and you're supposed to be able to control your computer and other things that are linked to it with your mind somehow. I don't know how exactly it works, but that's what he claims. And then that chip is connected to a smart grid. So somebody else has control of a chip in your head and then can control you. Transhumanism. Get away from human consciousness to artificial intelligence consciousness.
You really don't want to get me started on what I think about the coercive control. LOL. I hear you.
Yeah, it's way out of control right now. And most people don't see it because they're caught up in their hate. They're caught up in I'm right, you're wrong, and that's it. They're caught up in that cancel culture, in conflict, in division, and basically put, their consciousness has been switched off and they don't know it. They gave away their own power and their own control of their feelings to somebody else.
Exactly. And if we talk about what's really happening, we get called conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. And the thing is, the biggest conspiracy theorist is mainstream media, government, political correctness, special interest groups, ideologies. Those are the real conspiracy theorists. Those are the real ones. The ones that are considered conspiracy theorists are bringing out the falsehoods of all that, and that's what the mainstream don't like. That you bring out the falsehoods and bring it right out there. Yeah, and but I'm too addicted to games to fucking put them down. You know what I mean? Like, But that's also part of what I talk about anomie, this feeling of disconnectedness. I've seen, I'm sure you've seen a lot of vids with this topic. Why do men play video games all the time? Part of the reason is they don't feel connected to their partner. Is one main reason, and there's no connectedness to anything. That's part of why I play games so much.
God gave us a brain to think, eyes to see, ears to hear, and a tongue to tell, so, yeah. I'm happy being called a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, me too, man. It's, I just like to roll off my back, and I just tell those people that come at me about that stuff, I say, at least I know how to think for myself and evaluate something through my own consciousness and judge what's right and wrong. I don't have to be told it. I find out for myself. And then they hate that, because that's when I start pushing their buttons. You can't even think for yourself. Look at you. Are you sure that's your agenda, your ideas you're putting forth, or somebody else's? Because you're too lazy to look into it yourself. And then they get pissed at, like, really pissed at me, eh? Yeah. But all these, when back in the 50s, when there was the drive-ins and the pinball games first began, gaming like that, pinball games, you know, like on Happy Days and stuff.
Do you think that you find these games you play more of an escape from all the fighting you have had to do in the past?
Avoidance, sure, certainly. Avoidance, absolutely. I really don't feel connected to anybody. Never have. Never have ever since I was a kid. That's why when I was a kid, I used my own imagination, and I was able to play on my own and be perfectly happy with that. And gaming is just an extension of that for me. And so I grew up not really feeling connected to anybody, not feeling supported or encouraged to do anything. I was always criticized, put down, laughed at, made fun of, picked on, beat up a lot of my life. But
solitude can often be underrated, in my opinion.
It can, but too much is damaging. Too much is damaging, because we are social beings. We are cultural beings. Like, a lot of people don't agree with me on this. A lot is that you're in society as much as you're of society.
I'm sorry you were treated like that by others, Bill. I want you to know that you are.
So part of the meaning of that, of you're in society as much as you're of society, is that, yes, your own who you are makes up who you are, but also society makes you who you are too. How you're treated, your opportunities, your barriers that you face, your acceptance or non-acceptance. Society makes you as much as your own consciousness makes you. And a lot of people disagree with me on that. And that's fine if they do. That's just what I know to be true. You take any extraordinary event, a mass shooting, for example.
Bill. You are valued, thought of, loved, cared about, appreciated, smart, witty, kind, caring, and super smart too.
That's nice to hear. Thank you. But I don't feel that. I don't feel that I am very often. Because I find a lot of my life, love towards me has been always
I care about you, mate.
I know you do. And almost everybody puts conditions on love all the time. And love is unconditional. It's supposed to be anyway. Caring for someone supposed to be unconditional. Like when, so that's why I play a lot.
We are lifelong buddies now. God brought us together.
Yeah.
No conditions from me at all.
And what I also find too is with gaming, just like any addiction, no matter what you're addicted to, games bring people a false sense of success, achievement. It's false because it's a fake world, it's a fake thing. But when you achieve something, I made it, I did it. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people don't get in reality of life. They don't get that success. They don't get that feeling of success for whatever reason. And I think that's part of why I game so much, because I don't feel that sense of achievement in my daily living much of the time. I've had successes in my life, like everybody else.
I understand addiction.
Yeah.
It's so easy for the addiction to give you the highs you don't get elsewhere.
Yeah. And here I am, going towards the middle of September, and in the last 11 days, this is just a short synopsis of it. In the last 11 days, one person has come to see me. I get texts here and there, but not too often. Nobody comes to visit me and make sure I'm okay, or anything like that. So what do? I go where I feel better, and that's into a fake world. Now in jail, that to kind of help save me in there, so my addiction kind of deepened and all that stuff. But I don't see anything around me that's giving me anything better. And that's a sad thing to admit to. That really is. It's a sad thing to admit to, that you have nothing in your life that brings you any joy or comfort or connection. Most months I don't see anybody for 3 weeks out of a month. And then when I do, it's because I'm going there. I'm always the one making the effort. So 3 weeks out of every month I spend alone, 24/7.
So, was that one person more quality than quantity to you? Did they bring you joy when they visited?
Not really. Not really, because he's another addict that only comes here when he's too messed up and he needs a place to crash or food to eat, because he stays with his aunts, but he's basically homeless. You know what I mean? And I feel for the guy, but at the same time, he only comes here. He doesn't come here to make sure I'm okay or check up on me or to see anything he can do. I mean, he
You
always
feel
comes
you
here.
are always the one making the effort to reach out to others.
Yeah, yeah. And then that becomes depressing after a while. And then I don't go out, and then I start playing my games, and then next thing I know, a month has passed by, and again another good month goes by, and nothing has changed. And I don't know how to turn that around right now. You know what I mean? Because of stuff that's happened over the last four or 5 years in my personal life. Almost everybody I used to talk to, go see, almost everybody has
Your
told,
friend is very blessed to have you to come to. I hope he will get some help and get better soon.
me too, me too, me too. I really do too. You know what I mean? But he's a lot like me in that. You know what I mean? Like he does things, I think, because he doesn't feel connected nowhere. That's why he does what he does, and he lives aimless. And he's got kids that he doesn't see or look after, and I really feel bad for him. But there's nothing I can do to change his life except him. Just like me, I can't change. I can't expect you to change my life. I have to change it for myself. I got to find something to give me, in reality, what games give me.
Why do you feel people don't come to visit you, Bill?
Lately, it's because some of the stuff that I've said publicly about feminism and Bill C-51 largely has to do with that. Sometimes I think people don't know how to relate to me a lot. And when I do have a
You feel
conversation,
like people are unhappy with your words and judging you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they're not looking into it for themselves. I'm trying to point them and say, check this out, man. Look into this for yourself. But nobody ever does. Nobody ever looks into anything. Nobody questions what they believe. I question what I believe every day. You know what I mean? And largely it's because I'm too outspoken. I've got no filter from my heart to my brain to my mouth. I've got no filter. I've got no political correctness to me. You know what I mean? There is a diplomatic way to tell somebody that they have lied and they are a liar. I don't use diplomacy. I look at them, you're a fucking liar. You know what I mean? And they hate that shit.
Maybe people feel embarrassed because they don't share your passion and can't speak on C-53?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they don't know about it. They don't know about it.
A liar is a liar.
Yeah.
You tell them, Bill.
And largely it's because, like I said, we've been programmed and we've been engineered to get disconnected from our own consciousness. And that's why people don't like talking to me anymore, because I point out certain feelings that they take personally because they see it in their lives that what they believe in is wrong, and then they get mad at me for pointing that out. You know what I mean? They can't do that. Well, it's done. You know what I mean? It's done. You know what I mean? And stuff like this, and I point out the falsehoods.
Healthy discussion is good. It's key, I think.
I think so too. I think so too. But those people whose consciousness it has been turned off for so long, how did they would like say it? The boundaries of possibilities in your head, okay? Most people's boundaries
Well, you and I had a good debate. We didn't agree on everything, but we respected each other's opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing, nobody understands what respect is and what respect means, and I mean, a lot of people still think respect is earned. No, it's not. Respect is given, regardless. Because I've had talks like this with people I don't like, and I looked right at them. I respect you enough to tell you I don't like you and I don't trust you, but I will listen to what you have to say because I respect you. But you don't respect me because you think it's about pride to be, you know what I mean? And
you command respect, not demand respect.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And every person commands that. Everybody deserves it. You know what I mean? But now, most people live by pride. And I point out a lot, well, pride is a sin, and it's a sin for a reason. Why do you think
Pride is a puffy, fluffy waste of time.
It's dangerous because it's when you talk about the 7 deadly sins and you list them, what's the first one most people list of that list? Pride. Now, why is it a sin? And why are all those things in that list sins? Because they are external forces oppressing you, as opposed to those 7 teachings I told you about, love and trust and humility and all that stuff, and respect. Those come from within and flow outward, where the 7 deadly sins are already external and they flow inward and keep you trapped and locked.
Most politicians have issues with pride and humility, just to name 2.
Yeah, no, they don't got a problem with pride because they live by pride, and what pride does, it shelters you. It creates a stone wall in your head about the possibilities, the realm of possibilities. And when that barrier in your head gets you so locked into even considering other possibilities, that's when pride comes in. Because anything anybody's
Oh my gosh,
says,
I'm typing the same things you are saying out loud at the same time.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah.
We think alike a lot.
Yeah, and that if you're aware and conscious of your own self, there is no barriers towards possibilities. Anything's possible. Where if you live by things like pride, when somebody gives you an alternative perspective to what you're believing, you automatically say, well, they can't, no. That's not possible. Because their consciousness has been shut down and the barriers of possibility is so rigid They can't look at any other possibility except the one that they are fed. And that's where the world is at right now. Nobody lives by respect. Everybody lives by pride. You know what I mean? And that's where you get groups like Antifa doing the things that they do. Did you see that video on YouTube where these there was a rally somewhere, these
Have you considered maybe inviting some friends or family over to your place for a BBQ?
always do. Always do. Nobody shows up. That's the thing. Nobody wants to come here. Anymore. Nobody comes here. They will tell me, yeah, they'll come and I'll make this good fucking meal, big meal. And then nobody shows up. And then I'm fucking
What
depressed.
about asking them to come for your birthday on Wednesday?
I've given up on that. I've given up on that. Because I've spent so many birthdays alone. And since I've been out, I've had, this is going to be my 14th birthday being out.
Surely they would come on your birthday.
Nobody does. Except for those birthday wishes on Facebook. Nobody calls me. Nobody comes here. Nobody texts me happy birthday. Nobody does nothing. So I've learned to give up on that and just do it for myself. Regardless. I make my own little meal here just for me, and I make my own little cake, and I celebrate my own birthday by myself. And I've learned to accept that and be happy with that, because that's the way I've always been since I was a kid. I've always been left on the outside.
Would you have time for me to chat with you on Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
I'll play you happy birthday on the piano.
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course, I would never turn anybody away. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't expect nothing. I haven't gotten a gift or a birthday wish for my own family
We had a fun jam last time.
in about 7 years. Did you know that? And I've never got a birthday wish, like a personalized one, through phone call or visit or anything. I've never gotten a personal birthday wish or anything, birthday gift or anything.
I'm going to pray you get some surprise visitors this week, Bill.
I don't. Well, I wish it all the time. That wish never comes true. You know what I mean? So, like when I was a kid, I had to learn to be happy with what I got and to be happy alone. And granted, now that I'm officially in my 50s, I'll be 51 on Wednesday. It's wearing thin on me. Like, it really is. It's wearing thin because when most people look back on their life,
That's really sad, Bill. Your brother doesn't call you on your birthday.
nobody does.
I'm really shocked after everything you've been through.
Nobody does. Nobody even brings me a Tim Hortons coffee on my birthday. Like it's something I just had to learn to live with. But now that I'm in my 50s, it's starting to
That sucks.
wear thin, because just like everybody else, you look back on your life a little bit. You know what I mean? As you get older, every year goes by and you look back.
I'll be calling you on your birthdays from now on.
And other people think about their 25th birthday and their 30th and their 15th birthday and have good memories of of birthday wishes and being made to feel okay. I look back on my life, and outside of a few years, I've never, I haven't felt that. You know what I mean? I always had to do things for myself, which is why I think I am kind of selfish at times. That's why. As giving and supportive for other people that I know I am. When I get selfish and want it just for me, that's when they get mad at me again. So you can't win for losing. You can't lose for winning. You know what I mean? So I just learned to cut that expectation out of my life. My birthdays, last few years, all birthdays are for me is just one more day. They don't really mean too much to me anymore, because when I look back, most of my birthdays I've spent alone, and that is sad to admit to, and stuff. But that's the way my life has been. For whatever reason, I still haven't been able to figure it out, but that's the way my life has been. And
How about your partners in the past? Did they make your birthdays special?
more because they felt obliged rather than wanting to. That's what I remember. It was more of a I have to do it, rather than I'm going to do something nice for him and surprise him with something. It's more of when my birthday, the actual day comes on, oh, let's go get you a cake then. Let's go, I mean, let's go then. That attitude I get.
You feel they felt obligated and were not genuine in their application.
Yeah. Like most everybody in my life. You know? Like I remember one year. I remember this one whole year, starting from January, from my mom's birthday right through to Christmas. I made sure that I got my mom. My mom usually did something for me, at least something. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a big blowout birthday party, but something, man. Like give me a gift card at least or something. I mean, she was the only one. But this one year, I got mom a cake and a gift, and then the next birthday was my oldest
Oh boy.
brother.
I feel sad for you, Bill.
Uh,
Keep talking, I'm going outside again.
Yeah, so
Be back to type soon.
So then my oldest brother's birthday was next, so I got him. I surprised him with a gift and a birthday thing for him, eh? And then my next brother, and then my next brother, and then Christmas. All that year, throughout the year, I picked up different things throughout the year, and I got my Christmas shopping done by September that particular year. I got everybody something, like something really good. I got a package of stuff, put everything into a box, and got them fishing gear, for example, and filleting knives, and that particular Christmas, the only one I got a gift from was my mom that year. Mm-hmm. So now I don't get anybody nothing. and I don't wish nobody happy birthday, really. So it's just the way my life is gone, and some people have the life that I got and have had. Some people do, and it's a sad thing to know that. But then it gets me questioning myself. Well, what the fuck is wrong with me then? You know what I mean? And I know there's really nothing wrong with me. I've got some problems and stuff, yeah, just like everybody else, but there's nothing wrong with me. So then I moved to what's called essentialism. Comes to a point where you just give up on things. You know what I mean? You know those problem students in school throughout the years that just keeps passing? It's because the teachers don't want to put in the time to that student much of the time and help them, so they just pass the problem on to somebody else. You know what I mean? That's essentialism. And that's sad that we do that. But I don't know, man. It's just my life the way it's always been, and I don't know how to change that. Because when I've tried to change, I tried to change for the wrong reasons. Because there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just one of those guys that gets overlooked in life or gave up on. Yeah. I'm just one of those people that go through that. I don't know why, and to tell you the truth, I don't want to know why, because essentialism, again, it doesn't really matter, because I am who I am, and if that's not it good enough for people, well, that's okay too. Because I let it be known I don't go anywhere where I don't feel welcome. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things, that's all. I don't know why. I used to hang my head on the wall to try and figure out why, but maybe there is no answer to it. So I just live my life to make myself happy, and sometimes I make the wrong choices. Sometimes I make what other people would call right choices. But I don't know, man. Because I let people know that I'm not here to make you happy. I'm here to make myself happy. And if you got a problem with that, well then, I tell people, don't fucking come back here then. If it's so hard for you to put that effort in, then just don't come here. Don't talk to me. Don't associate with me. Pretend that I'm not even alive. And that's what people have been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. Why I've been feeling so isolated lately. Like, I don't know what's worse now, what I'm going through, or being in jail for something I didn't do. And to tell you the truth, the my life is now, I would have been better off in jail, because at least in jail I did have friends that would come see me, talk to me, make sure I'm okay. There's nobody out here making sure I'm okay. But they come here when they're not okay, for me to make them feel okay. It's weird to say and hard to say, and I'm sure it's hard for other people to hear this. Like I'm sure it's hard for you to hear me talk like this. That's the way my life has been, and when I look back, all I see is alone. Alone. It's starting to wear thin on me. I'm feeling stretched, you know. As Bilbo Baggins once said, I feel like butter spread across too much bread. You know? And I know what that feels like. I know what that's like. And constantly always be the one that has to compromise for somebody else, or step back and for somebody else. And that's just the way life is. At least that's the way life is for me, anyway. I just learned to live with it.
It is difficult to hear you speak like this, but I do understand why you are.
So and most can't take my honesty, my non-filtered way I speak. I mean, how can you say that? Because I don't know any other way to say it. When you don't have no other way to say something, you just say it, man, and it offends people. I don't care if I offended you. Accept the truth about it, man. Look at what we're talking about. Look at that issue from an honest perspective, and tell me if I'm lying. And then when
Please remember, though, that your past roads don't have to be your future road.
No, you're right about that. But I think a long time ago, I gave up on wanting to fit in. Because people like me don't fit in. And largely why we don't fit in is because we weren't allowed. That makes sense. couple years ago, two of my cousins, their brother and sister, they had a double marriage, and so they sent out their invitations to their friends and family to show up. So me and my brothers are over 40. Three of us are over 50 now. We have our own homes. They have their families. I don't got a family of my own. But one invitation was sent to my mother's to invite my mother and my three brothers, and I was left off that invitation list. I was the only one left off. You know what I mean? That fucking hurt. That fucking hurt. That fucking
What?
hurt. Eh? That hurt me because I was the only one of my family, my mom and my
Did they
brother.
mean to leave you off the invitation?
They said no, but yeah, I was. I was. And I'll never be convinced otherwise. Because my brothers should have got their own invitation.
Why do you think they did that?
Because they've been socially engineered, they've been programmed through whatever ways to hate me. And to continue to hate me. Largely because of what I went to jail for. And I'm convinced of that too. My mom's family, my mom's brothers and sisters.
I'm so sorry they did that to you, Bill. That must have hurt a lot.
It did. It did. It did because that particular aunt, growing up, I was close to her. Very close to her and her kids. Mm-hmm. And, but me and my brothers should have got our own invitations delivered to our own houses. But just goes to show how single-minded
Did
we
your
are.
mom and brothers end up going to the wedding?
I'm not. My mom didn't go. Mom and I had to talk about that, and when it happened, and she said, would you like me not to go to the wedding? I said, Ma, go if you want to go. They left me out, not you. But my brothers and my mom said that they wouldn't go, and I don't know if they went or not. Because when that day came, I was doing other things, and when that day came, I forgot it was the day of that wedding. It didn't even fizz me. So I don't know if they went or
I
not.
don't blame her. She would have felt terrible for you. I wouldn't have gone either if it was my son, out of protest.
Yeah, and my aunt that sent out those invitations told my mom that she would hand deliver me an invitation. I said you tell her to go fuck herself. Because if I'm not included in the invitation that she did send, I don't want a sympathy invitation. You let her know that she's not my family anymore. Huh?
I can understand why you would feel like that, Bill.
Yeah. But see, to put it in another perspective, my family has always been treated that way. That's why there was only one invitation sent to my mother's place for me and my brothers, instead of all of us getting our own invitations, because we're adults. We have our own homes, we have our own lives, and our own families. They were blanketed under one invitation, which almost has me thinking if that invitation was a last minute invitation.
Some people need a good kick up the bum, in my opinion. So many woke people.
Yeah. But that's what happens with when your barriers of possibilities is like a brick wall instead of like water.
I've got a good family wedding story for you too.
Yeah, let's hear it. Look at the detail of this game, man. Like, really. That's freaking wild. I know what I wanted to show you. What's this? I'm not going to drive or anything here, but watch this. I still don't understand fully about cars and technology that goes in the cars, but these games have given me an appreciation for certain things. So you go into here, and
I could see right away why you would love this game.
yeah,
It's so detailed, just like your players in the sports games.
it is, and in here you could change everything, adjustments to your camber, to your to your tires, to your toe, to your spoiler, to the ride height, to the suspension, to gear ratio and stuff, eh? But you can change everything, and it on the right there it tells you what everything does and what it's for, eh? Let's see, damping ratio. It explains what it does and how it's applied. See? See?
Cool.
Camber, the atoll, everything is the adjustments.
What is damping ratio?
Damping, it's I can't read that very well. I don't got a good enough TV. The damping ratio is the proportion of. I got to replace my TV here. I got a flat screen, but I didn't hook it up yet. So I can't read that stuff that well. On this one, I got a big projection TV right now. Great big one. Great.
Oh, I can see it now.
So there's what does damping do? And then
Can you please click on the negative camber angle so I can read it, please?
Front, rear. I can't adjust them because I don't got my PlayStation Network and I have to get stuff off the internet stuff. So this is just what it does, eh? This is camber. Neg- just a negative camber angle. The higher the ratio. So, so if I could, like, I would do a test lap, and then I would go back into the garage like this. Then I would adjust one or two things, and I would go test it out. But
It's about the width of the top and bottom of the wheels.
yeah,
That makes sense now.
yeah, and you could actually feel the changes because if you don't adjust them, you can feel the car do certain things. And then when you adjust certain something, it'll stabilize that. And then after a while, your car
You
actually
adjust the same way a pit crew would do after a race lap.
yeah. But you can actually feel the car after, and it feels more stable, and it feels like it floats after a while, and there's no bouncing, no overturn, no, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty intense once you start feeling adjustments and feeling how the car seems to spread out and find its base the way you like it. Yeah, and then you don't have to use the brakes too often because of the way you do your gearing, your gears. How, you know what I mean? And you could. I use manual transmission because I like the idea of gear shifting and clutch and stuff. I enjoy it, you know. But when you fix that, adjust that to what you like. Holy shit, man! You don't have to use brakes really because you gear up and gear down appropriately, and you just coast through the corner instead of using the brakes, and you just slow down enough just by coasting, taking your foot off the gas, and just cruise. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking intense. Like that's the only word I could use. It's intense, especially when things are. Are the way you like it, and personalized and customized.
Looks awesome. I actually think my son has this game in his den.
Yeah.
I'll ask him in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. But once you started getting to understand that stuff a little more, like it.
Maybe I can play it and then I'll know all about what you are talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This game is conducive to many people. Like it's driving, right? But it's not NASCAR, and it's not Formula One. There are actual race circuits that use these cars and these tracks. Many of these tracks are actual tracks that are from around the world, eh? You know what I mean? And I saw a video of those professional drivers that race those circuits in real life that tried this game in VR, and they said it is close to exact.
I wanted to ask you if you know of a YouTuber called Larry Lawton?
No. No, I don't know YouTubers except you and Nick. That's why I don't got many subscribers either. You know? Oh, what time is it?
Space.
Holy shit, it's 2 o'clock already. Where has the day gone? Holy. Oh, excuse me. Fella.
He's an ex-con in the US and the only one to be sworn in as an honorary police officer.
Oh yeah? He has a bigger heart than I do because I would never accept that myself.
And to be recognized on the floor of the United States Congress for helping young people, families in La.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
He's got over 1.3 million subscribers.
Wow. Wow.
I'll send you a link to his channel in Facebook.
Sure. Yeah, like I wouldn't accept being an honorary cop because I don't like that profession, man. I don't no more. Not because of what I went through either. It's just what I've become conscious to about police work and police officers. I find them to be.
I better try and get some sleep now. It's 4:10 am.
Yeah.
I'll message you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here. You take care of yourself. Have a good sleep. God bless you.
Sending you huge hugs.
You too.
Take care of you and fella.
Yeah.
And remember that I love you, mate.
I love you too.